Hello, lovely people. Now, I don't know about you, but I was looking through some of my Facebook memories today, and I noticed that it was 1 year ago today that I shared um, something around the hashtag Me Too. And I know that at the time it created such a stir, such a rising up of, well, it was connecting to some very difficult memories for a lot of women. And but also what happened was that people started to feel able to speak out and be open about their own experiences and what it meant for them. So I kind of thought, I love how the universe works in cycles, because 1 year on, what it has meant for me is that it's almost like it's given me permission to keep stepping into my truth, to not be afraid of what others might think about whatever it is I share, whether it's been my experiences of childhood trauma or some of my difficult experiences that I had whilst I was living with the legacy of trauma and all of the drama that comes with having addictions and so having drug and alcohol problems and mental health difficulties as well. And so slowly after 1 year on, I've been chipping away, releasing the shame, releasing any guilt, and stepping into my own truth without fear of what might happen. And as a consequence, I have felt brave enough to start writing my memoirs, and they are going to be published on the 19th of November this year, which also happens to be my birthday. So not only will I be celebrating my own birthday, I'll also be celebrating the birth of my book, which is really exciting. But writing this didn't come without its challenges. And I remember, so before I decided that I was actually going to write a book, I joined a Facebook writing group, and they were running a challenge to write for 10 minutes each day. And the challenge was just to post it unfiltered, unedited, whatever you wrote in 10 minutes. And what I wanted to explore was whether I could actually start sharing my story in a way that connected to many people. So I did this. I think I did 2 days and just put it out in the group, and the response that I was getting was incredible and phenomenal, and people just sharing that, through just writing a small piece, I was taking them through the whole range of emotions. But also what happened at that time was my body went into a complete and utter trauma response. And I think the fear that I felt of anticipated, I don't know what was going to happen. Well, I do know, of course I do know. Now I know. Because my body, your body holds the score. And during my childhood, whenever I was experiencing any of the abuse, the message that I was getting was that you mustn't tell anyone. You mustn't tell your mother. You mustn't speak of it. And I don't think it was verbalized, but as a child, what I connected the dots, and to me, it was, if I speak out about this, I will be killed. I will die. And I grow up to be an adult, and I've been through therapy and this and that, and I feel like I've released so much, I've moved on, and yet my body was still holding the score. And when I was sharing in this very safe Facebook group, my body went into trauma shock, and I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, not being able to move. I'd got up because I needed to use the toilet, and I was in so much pain. Just the act of sitting down on the toilet, I had to do the deep breathing and panting. For any women that have given birth, you know, the breathing that they teach you to do when you're in labor. I was needing to do that in order to be able to sit down on the toilet. I was in that much pain. And it took two lovely people, my brother and one of my very close friends, Bex, sending me energetic healing so that my back could release and I could start moving. So I get it that it's really difficult and it's really challenging to share your story, because not only are we dealing with what's going on in our head, but our body can also respond as well. I thought at the time I would need to give up writing. I thought that maybe it's just not worth it. But then I am an energy practitioner, and I also realized that actually I have a choice now, and I can choose to take my healing to the next level. So I went to have some of my own treatment with an energy practitioner, and I was able to start releasing the trauma on a different level, and able then to get back into my writing, the result of which is now this book, Monsters Under My Bed. But even so, you know, when I got to the stage of I finished the book and I'm almost ready to send it off to be edited and proofread, someone very close to me was insistent that I publish under a different name. They didn't want to be associated with me sharing any of my childhood. And I had to make a choice then, because in my heart, I knew that it was really important for me to publish this book under my name, the name that I have now. The name that I have now is not my birth name anyway. It was my married name from my first marriage. It felt really important for me not to change my name because of the message that I would be putting out. Almost like I have something to be ashamed of, something that I need to hide from. And I made the decision that I was going to stand by what I really felt I was called to do, and that was to write a book and to share it under my own name, and the result of which has meant a hopefully temporary separation in this relationship with this person that I'm very close to. So it's been incredibly hard and challenging, but I think, so 1 year on, I'm really proud that I have found the strength and the courage to share my story, to not feel like I have to run and hide anymore. And the story is not about It's not a, it's not about me. It's not about my ego. It's about spreading that message of hope to others, because I know that there are so many people out there who have experienced trauma for which they are still holding on to deep shame. And it's not their shame. Sorry, I didn't know I was going to get emotional about that. It's not their shame to hold on to. They have nothing to be ashamed of. And I'm sharing my story because when I started to seek help, because one of the legacies of the trauma that I was living with was mental health difficulties and addictions as well. And when I got to the point where I was completely and utterly broken and I needed to seek support from others, I was told time and time again that there was no recovery, that the best I could ever hope for was that I would learn to live with these difficult emotions. I would learn to live lurching from one crisis to another. So this book is to prove to you that that's not the truth. The truth is everybody has the capacity to heal. Everybody has the capacity to release trauma from their bodies, from their energetic field, from their minds, from their emotions. Everybody has the ability to live a fulfilled, happy, peaceful life. So that's what 1 year on from the Me Too campaign has meant for me. It's meant that I have been able to blossom, to share my story, and now I am sharing it and hopefully giving others some courage to do the same, because nothing bad will happen. Nothing bad can happen anymore. I guess that's just what I wanted to share. And I would love to hear how 1 year on the Me Too campaign has affected you and where you are now as a result of that. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.